Okay, very good evening to all of you. I do understand that. Please listen, guys. I also want to see the cricket match. Okay, so yeah, just tell me if I'm audible, guys. And what the commitment I can make to you guys is at least for coming. I mean, for staying through. Okay, most of my tutorials, I'm not going to keep you beyond 1 hour. Okay. So today I will only wind up at 7 or 7:10 maximum, please guys. So I just want most of you to be attentive, please. And after some time, I will record is the lives. I mean, I will stream an assignment, okay, which I am going to give you guys tomorrow, okay. Yes, there is cricket, Anil. Yeah, 7 p.m. it starts. So, guys, please, 7 exactly, I will wind up, or maximum 7:05. Yeah, welcome, Shreyas. So, please, guys, I understand that. Okay, please just give me your maximum attention. Don't just leave in between, please. Don't just leave in between. Stay put, and yeah, let's enjoy this class. And what will happen is the remaining part of the lecture, since tomorrow is holiday, I'm going to stream it. Okay, so whenever you are free, you can watch that so that we make up for the stuff. Because if we keep giving holidays and keep doing all this, we won't be able to come wind up by December. So what I will do, most of the weekends I'll be having two sessions. One will be a streamed session, another one will be a live session. Okay, guys. So in that case also, I will not burden most of you too much. Okay. Yeah, Anania finally messaged. Okay. Good evening, everyone. And please let's start. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is please, if I'm fast, just let me know, guys. I think today the network is okay. I'm starting right away. Please, once if I'm fast, okay, please let me know. So what is it that we have planned? Right? You've seen that we've gone through strings. We started with strings. Okay, so recap. We've done strings, right? Then we've seen lists. So we are going to look into, if possible, I'm not sure we get to sets and dictionary, no worries, but let's try to look at tuples, and then we look at sets, and finally dictionary. Okay, so by default, we don't call string a type or a data structure in Python. So you have the major data structures are your lists, your tuples, your sets, and your dictionaries. Okay, fine. Thank you so much, guys. And then I'll wind up. So the assignment, I might go through most of the code and kind of, at least we will try to develop a simple program. Today is day 10. Development of a simple program. Okay, so I will walk you guys through most of the program. Okay, that will not be on a live session, it will be on a streamed, I mean a recorded session. Okay, so you see that. So a quick recap here. We know that the data types that we commonly use in these are strings, no problem, tuples, lists, and dictionaries. Okay, but I said we don't usually regard string as what? A type, because literally a tuple can also be a string, a dictionary can also be a string, literally anything and everything can be a string, right? So instead of this, I can say sets and dictionaries. You got the point? Fine. So these ones are examples of particular model called sequences. So when we say we are going to iterate through any of the sequences, what we are talking about is we are going to print some of the element or the items in either strings, tuples, and lists. Fine. Now we are going to see what we mean by this. Immutable, meaning actually I have done this in the 100 days of Python challenge. That's why I did not want to repeat things, all right? It's going to become boring, okay? So immutable means you cannot modify the content, right? But there is actually a way to modify that. We slice out, add the element, and then add the element that we want to add at a particular location, and then we continue with the list. So that is also an intelligible way to do that. So in case, okay, if you missed out, I think it was on day 9 of our 100 days challenge. So no problem. So when we say lists are mutable, that means we can add or remove items from the list, but not in the case of strings, okay? Now, so why tuple now? Okay, so now when, remember, I think one of you asked me, can we actually have multiple items in a list? And that is possible, but why do you want to do that when you have other data structures, okay, that you can use to modify the content? So looking at this now, think of a tuple as a seed packet of what? Anything, okay? Where you cannot add, think of it as a seed container. Okay, you see containers they use to on the sea, right? So containers, they sealed, this a sealed container. Only when it reaches the destination you can find, unpack it. But for now, let's think of it that we can actually not modify elements here. Again, there is a way to wrap around this, okay? They are used now, this is the key point here. These are used to store multiple items in a single variable. So instead of storing it in a list versus using list versus using list, you can use tuple. Okay. So, and this makes it more readable actually, because it sees it as a collection of ordered, okay, ordered items which are unchangeable. Fine. Usually you write them in square braces, and that's the only difference now. So in short, list you can have like this, whatever you put inside separated by comma. The same thing you can have as tuple, okay. Also, you might have it as a dictionary, but the only thing in dictionary, we are going to touch it briefly, it is curly brace, and then you have a key with respective value. And it makes more sense. Instead of you having a list inside a list or a tuple inside a list, you can actually use a dictionary, no problem. So if, for example, we have a list, a tuple called fruits, consisting of apples, banana, and berry. When we print this, it's going to bring them as apples, banana, and berry. Oh, sorry, please. Yes, she says I should be louder. Can anybody confirm if I'm loud enough? At times I feel my voice is like as if I'm shouting at you guys. Please, can somebody confirm? Please. Am I loud enough? Am I clear enough? Let me not use the word loud. Am I clear enough? Is it audible enough? Can somebody confirm, please? I need somebody else to confirm. Okay, I pause for a while and see. Please, can someone confirm, guys? Uh, okay, I think I'm okay. I'm audible enough. I will continue. Maybe he's buffering. Okay, I'll wait for some time. You can message me on WhatsApp also, please. Just message me on oh, more food. Okay. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. All right. Check, mic check. How about now, guys? Is it okay? No, I don't want Anania to say anything again. Now, is it okay? Yes. Okay. It's okay. Thank you so much. Now I will, thank you for pointing that out. Now I will, yeah, I will be really, really loud. Okay. In case if it's too loud, please turn down the volume on your phone. Okay. Reduce it a bit. Okay. So I'm going to be really loud now. Okay. Yeah. Next. So we have seen this, that tuples always, whether they allow duplicates or not, okay? And how can you actually use that? And how about the inbuilt functions, which we have seen in what? Strings. Please be a little louder. Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay, sorry. I think, wait 1 minute, guys. I will do something now. I will do something. Sorry, guys. Sorry. I think, oh, sorry. This is the problem. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Now, how about now? Thank you. Sachi, please can you tell me now? I increased the volume. Sorry, it was from the system speaker. Yeah, please tell me now. Is it okay now? Everything is to the maximum. Is it okay? Uh, no, I want to see another yes from Anania and then Shreyas, please. Yes, thank you, Lavish. Thank you. All right, thank you so much. So we continue. All right, so I don't want to waste most of our time, so let's start this practically. Okay, so we open this up and then we start. All right, so the first thing we want to look into this. Okay, so let's start with a new page. Oh yes, thank you. It's good enough now. Yes. Now I think I increase the volume, so I think it should be better now. Okay. So let's start quickly. So we start with what we call now what? Tuples. Okay. Tuples. Fine. How do we create it? How do we print an element from it? Okay. What is it actually? We know that it's a collection which is ordered and unchangeable. Tuples are written in what? Curly braces like this. Okay, so we write them in curly braces like this, and that's what we know about tuples. So let's create one now. Let's call that tuple 50 days. Now remember, don't start with a number. Okay, as you know your naming rule. Okay, so 1 minute, guys. Sorry, I need to turn on the fan. Turn off the fan, please. 1 minute, guys. Okay, yes, I think there won't be any distraction for going forward. So let's call it maybe like 10 day or whatever. So instead of that, I'll say day 10, okay, 9, okay, whatever. So we're going to create something quickly. So we say, instead of use this actually, let's give something that is meaningful, okay, fruits. So help me with the names, your favorite fruits. So I have apples, I like actually, they said an apple a day keeps the doctor away. So I have mangoes, Then I have maybe what do you call that? Almonds. Almond is a fruit actually. Yeah, almond is a dry fruit, anything. Okay. So I have created this now. Fine. Now what do? I need to print this, right? So I will just say print. Okay. Now I will say what now? Fruits. Fruits. So I think what I should do now is I will use most of the ideally. Okay. I'll use the ideally most of the time now. So it makes more sense. Okay. Now, so this is done. Keep them side by side. All right. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Now it's audible. Sorry about that, guys. So this is done. Okay. Now what we have to do actually now, let's try the indexing, right? So how do we actually take the index so we can actually say fruits? So instead of doing that now, I'll come here and please pay attention, okay? To tell you that it is a tuple, you cannot see these braces, right? Fine, okay? So there is something which we will do later, okay? Let's continue the class. So we can actually say fruits, Fruits, okay, of so index location is say if we say of 0, okay, and press enter, it will take apple. Okay, so again we can also try the slicing. Yes, so we can say fruits. So for that I have to populate some other things, maybe colon everything, right? It's gonna return everything in the tuple. Enter. Yes, fine. So the slicing, this actually I did not slice, I just returned all the items in the tuple. Okay, so here I can actually slice now. So I need only apples and mangoes, so I can say 0 to 2, right? So it will return 0 1. Okay, and stop at I do not take that last one, so it returns only that. Fine. So this is possible. All right. So one of the things we should remember is that this guy actually allows duplicates. So what can we do now? I'm going to copy this guy. Okay, I'm going to copy this now. All right, and then I will kind of come here and paste it. Okay, so we have this now. What I will do is, if it allows duplicates, I'm going to do something. Okay, let me add this again. Apples, apples, apples. Yes, Shreyas. So apples, okay. In that apples again, I'm going to repeat again. I'll say mangoes, okay, and then I will say almonds. Please, guys, pay attention. Please don't just come only for attendance. Like I promised you guys, okay, I will wind up exactly at 7:05. Okay, please, just stay put. Okay, and let's finish this class now. Since it allows duplicates, all right, so let's do one thing now. Let's print this. So we don't need to use print statements in the console, I mean in the idle. Okay, so we can actually use this way, okay, and print this, and then it printed that, you see. So even that was also there. So what have we seen now? Tuples, obviously, though they are ordered. Okay, you might say, okay, how do you mean by ordered now? The way we insert it, okay, is the way we are going to print it. Fine. Now we have seen that, and we can actually use this function also, the len function. Okay, we have sliced, so we can actually say len of what? Fruits, right? Fruits. Fine. Now what should it return in this case? It's going to return 6, right? Including the duplicates. Fine. Yeah, good. So now we have done this. Now can we actually create this with only one item? Because you see, many times we keep creating. Can we create an empty tuple? That's also the first question, right? So let's try this and see. We can create an empty list. We have seen that. So if we do something like this, this is a list. I hope you know that. So nothing will happen. Even if we call it also, if we try printing it, it prints only the empty list. So can we try similar thing in what? Tuple. Okay, so we do this something like this and then enter, no doubt. So if we return this now, okay, we are going to get an empty tuple. Fine. So how do we create a tuple now with one item? So this is very important actually, because let's do something and I'll try to see if you actually figured out what I'm trying to explain. Fruits. All right, so here we have yeah, this guy, and then let me say apples, apples. This is fine, right? So now check whether this is going to give me an error or not. Okay, I will hide this task manager. I hide that menu. Where is that menu? This is the funny thing with Windows. Where is this guy? I want to hide this thing. Okay, guys, sorry, I can't find it. Anyway, it was here, right? I wanted to hide attack this. I want to hide this. Okay, fine. Sorry, it didn't hide. It's not that. Anyway, I went and I hit something else. Okay, so quickly enter. Now this works, no doubt. So prior to Windows, prior to Python 3.7, if you type something like this without comma, see, if you type, we want to create a tuple with only one item. Okay, now look here. Good. Exactly, it's not fixed. Please look here. Okay, we created it, right? Yes, we want to add one. Please listen. I'm going to repeat this again. What did I do? You can create an empty tuple. Yes or no? Yes. So we created an empty tuple. We also printed the empty tuple. Yes or no? Yes. No problem. But creating a tuple with only one item or one element without a comma gives you an error. Now let's see that. I thought it's fixed in other in older versions of Python. Remember, we are using version 3.10, right? The latest. So FRUITS, no doubt. So what I want to do, I'm going to create this, okay? A tuple containing only one item. Call it apple. Okay, let me not say apples, only apple. Please listen. Now I will just press enter. No issues, right? It's created. Now let's print this now. Now it will tell us it's undefined. Oh, oh, why? Okay, fruits, FRD. Oh, sorry, I made a mistake. Sorry, that was it. But yeah, it's fixed actually. So if you try this in earlier versions of Python, you are supposed to get an error that is undefined. So the best way to create it is after you are done creating, you just put a comma, even if it is only one. What is the function of this? Okay. What is the function of colon? Okay, in the particular program, like okay. Okay, Anania. Okay, let me repeat it again. Okay. Let me repeat it again. And then I will tell you what the function is. Thank you, Lavish. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So, Lavish, what I wanted to do is, please, I want you guys to try this in earlier versions of Python. Okay, say maybe you have 3.5. Okay, without putting comma like this. Now let's try this. No doubt. So if I print this, okay, then it printed the stuff, but now it's going to give me comma in between also. Okay, so but this latest version fixes this problem, because I remember I think by 2.7 I got that 2.7, not 3. Now yes, the problem was I mistyped. Okay, like yeah, the variable name was entirely different. No problem. So let me get back to Anania's question. She's like, what is this of that colon? So that colon says, before I show you, I want you to try to guess what it would be, Anania. So let's copy something here. Let's copy this. Fine. Control C. Fine. Then we come down here, we Control V it, we paste it. Okay, Anania, listen now. Now, I want to print, remember the index starts from 0. So I want to print only apples and mango. Okay, let me say I want to print only apples, the first occurrence of apple. Why am I repeating these duplicates? So remove all the duplicates here. Now, this is fine, no doubt. So if I print fruits, okay, so it's printed apples, mangoes, and almonds. So there's something you call array or up slicing operation. We slice in list, we slice in what? Tuple. Okay, so slicing says start from somewhere and stop at somewhere. So when we say colon, it says start from beginning and stop to the end. So this takes everything. So it's good. It's the same thing as printing fruits. Now, if I do the same thing, so you see here. However, if I'm interested in the first one, so I'm taking only the index. So this takes from the beginning of the index till the last index. Okay, remember now the index stops at what? Starts at 0 and stops at what? 2, 1 and 2 in this case. So you might actually check that by doing this. So you say fruits of 0. I'm referring to the first index. Apples get printed. So fruits of 2, whatever, the last one gets printed. Fine. Please remember, guys, we are now working on tuples. Okay. Now, however, if I say fruits of say 3, because if you count literally 1, 2, 3, it's going to give you index out of bound error. See here, tuple. Now, please, sorry, I'm talking of tuple now. Tuple index out of range. Okay, index out of range on the tuple. Okay, so that is it. I hope that answers your question. So let's forge ahead. Now, one of the things we can actually do is this. Since we said tuple can contain items of different types, right? So I'll close this and then I'll start again. Okay, here. So if it can contain item of different types, let's now add it. Okay, I get your point now. Okay, thank you. Fine. So let's add items of different types quickly. So we have added this one, which contains only what? Fruits. Okay, so can we call another one which contains, let's say we have num. Okay, so we have another one which we call num. Please don't use, let's try numbers and see. One thing you should remember, when the color changes, then you know it's a keyword. So for now, I just type numbers. No problem, it did not change. So let's add numbers to this. It's a tuple, right? So let's add one. Now you don't need to make it a string. Please remember, whenever you do something like this, then it has become what? A string. Okay. Even if you use single quote also, it's still a string, right? Fine. So it's a number, so this works. 1, 2, maybe let's make it different length now. 3, 4, whatever 5, whatever 7, 8. No problem. This is a number. Let's try something that will have Boolean values. Okay, so you cannot say Boolean. Okay, yeah, this works. But if you say bool, it's a keyword. Please look at it. Bool is a keyword, so it becomes like this, right? Pink color or whatever you call it. So if you say Boolean, not Boolean, it works. Fine. So Boolean, let's say, now please remember, TRUE is not a Boolean value. You have to use capital T. So T, it becomes true, fine. Now you say false, F-A-L-S-E, that works. You say not, this also works, okay? But not, okay, now this is not, it's only true and false, guys. Not is a logical operator, right? So yeah, I don't want that. Let me say again false and then true. Okay, why not this? Let me use ordinary string in this case. So if I'm using ordinary string in this case, I have to make it like this, okay? Fine. Now, different types are here, fine. Now we have to print them. So I printed what? Fruits, yes or no? Fine. So I need to now print what? The rest. Okay, so I'm going to run this again and then print. Okay, let me print fruits here. Print what? Numbers there, and then I'm going to print what? Boolean. Okay, print, and we can actually check the length of this of the tuple also. Okay, so we say Boolean. Okay, so this works fine. Now F5 it, fine, done. Okay, so you see apples, mangoes, almonds, no problem, this and that, and then also this, whatever, and true, fine, taken. So this works because now what have you seen? It can contain what? Items of different type, fine. Now, and you can actually nest it also together. Please listen. Instead of putting this now, can I put it together into one tuple? Example, Control C. Okay, let me take all these guys first. Okay, take them out. Now come back here. Okay, what I want to do, comment this guy out quickly, then end it here. Now here, this is what I want, but I don't want all these guys, right? So I'm going to add them to the tuple. So this is what I wanted, comma, okay. Then after this is done, I also need to add these two also, right? The true whatever value. So what you can do is, as the tuple becomes lengthy, you can actually break them somewhere, okay? So you have this till here and then fine, fine. All right, so what I need to do now is when I run this, I won't get any output for sure, okay? Yes, unmatched string, okay. 1 minute, I think there is something in between. Maximize this to see. Yes, so this is what happens in between, okay? Fine. So I broke it now, okay? So I needed to add a comma there, no doubt. Get back, okay. This is fine. So when I come here now, what I need to do, I will just run this. Fine. So nothing gets printed. We know that for sure. So let's print it now because I didn't use print statement. So you see, all together, it gets printed. No problem. Fine. There's something we can use now because we can think of the type of data structure it is. So you use type operator. Okay, it is type operator. Okay, the type of, sorry, please listen. This defines the object of what type it is, not type of, or size of operator is different, which tells you the size of operator, okay, whether it is integer or whatever float. But the type is going to give me the type of the object, and by default it should return this is a class or something, so it is a type method. So you see here, object or name, basics, basis, dictionary, whatever, okay, as a type, fine. So enter. Takes one argument, yes, yes, exactly, okay, yes, type of what? Obviously of apples, of fruits, sorry, type of fruits, type of what? Fruits, fruits, okay. So what type is this? It says it's a tuple, okay, it says it's a tuple. Okay. What does Boolean represent? You simply took it as a variable in order to explain. Okay, no, Boolean is a type, is a data type. Okay, okay, don't worry. I think I will continue. Okay, later I will just show you. So for now, I took it as a variable in this case, okay? But there is also a type called Boolean, okay? A data type, which can only be true or false. Fine. For now, it's a variable, like you said. So this type, we can actually, we have seen it, it returns that it's a class. So what I want you to do in other examples also, please feel free to go back and use the same method also to see. Fine. But there is something that interests us, which is called the tuple constructor. Now, if you are good with programming, let's get here. Okay, so what is a tuple constructor actually? What? Okay, by the way, what is a constructor, guys? What is, okay, I remember that there are many of you who has not programmed before. Okay, what is a constructor? Those who has an idea, can you just tell us, please? What is a constructor and why do we need it actually? Why do we need it? So don't worry so much now. We are not deviating from whatever we are saying. There is something we call tuple constructor. Okay, so it's called tuple constructor. That means it will have the name tuple. We use it to what? Make a tuple and assign values to the tuple. No problem. So it's going to be like this on the tuple, like this as a constructor. Okay, no problem. So for now, don't worry. So let's do one thing now. Okay, we can actually use the name. See here. See here, we have not used that method called tuple, right? So we are going to use it now, okay? So the same fruits we have, in these fruits, we now use the method called tuple only, T-U-P-L-E, okay? Now you see, it's a method, open and close. Thank you, create an object, yes, okay? So it's a built-in immutable sequence, okay? Fine. So which object now, okay, please now look here. You see these fruits, okay, containing this till here. Let me copy it here. Fine. Now, if I come here now and I'll say tuple of this, okay, and I paste something here. Now you watch, I will close whatever tuple is there. I mean, tuple by default, this is this tuple. Then I need to close the tuple method or the constructor. Fine. So when I close this now, that's why this is going to have two braces. There are two brackets now. Please remember, this internal bracket or interior bracket was the one we used by default to create the tuple. And the other one, this one, is the tuple method. Fine. So this created this object now. So what do we do? How do we print it exactly? The same way. So maybe let me call it one apple so that people will understand that it is different to mango. Okay, 1 apples, 2 mangoes, then 3 almonds, something like that. Okay, fine. So when I just now say print, okay, why would I use fruits now? I can change it to fruit actually. So when I say print fruits, it's gonna print that. Okay, print. Okay, fruits, F-R-U-I-T. Okay, you might say, why now? Before I was not giving space. Now why would I give space? It doesn't matter. It will stay print. Fine. So we run this. Now you see here. All right. So it printed it and it was in the same way we have actually printed tuples, right? Nothing changed. But the only difference is we use this tuple constructor, okay, to print this tuple. All right, fine. Now, and with this, we will now look into how we access these tuples actually. We have seen it, right? By what? Using the array, right? So when we printed here, again, we said fruit of what? Accessing it. Fruit of 1, yes, we saw that. Okay, it printed the second element, no doubt. Okay. Now, you also think of your negative indexing. For most of you that are, okay, yeah, trying to understand what we are doing. Negative indexing, this says give me the last element in this tuple or the last item in this tuple, which is almond. Okay. Okay, thank you. Yes. 1, 2, 3, will it be a string or an int? Brilliant. So by default, whatever, remember it is all objects, so it will be of type string. Okay. So the number, though we said, sorry, it's not subscriptable. Yes, print. Yes, obviously. What am I saying? I wanted to say fruits. Sorry, I said print. Okay. Okay. No. So we will just wind up exactly. Please, guys, don't get confused. Please pay attention. We are winding up exactly at 7:05. Please. Okay. Now, so this is what we mean. Okay. So negative index works, and you have seen it actually. And remember, we saw range operator, right? Or range method. Do you remember, guys? So we said if you want to print this now, okay, we say print all the elements in this. Say we want to print apples, mangoes, and stuff and things like that, and banana, whatever is inside the tuple, so you can actually use that. Okay, so that is it. I think literally whatever we can do in what do you call it, list, we can actually do in tuples. Okay, now let's look at something here. How do we change tuple values? So how do we change tuple values. Okay, yes, Shreyas, go ahead with what you do. So please listen now, guys. We will go on just 2 minutes break. You feed the attendance because many of you have decided to join at the last minute to get attendance. They are cheating themselves. So I want the moderators, you post it now, let them feed the attendance and then we continue. Okay? Yeah, once I see the attendance, I will stop explaining. All right, so till then, I will keep explaining. Okay, once he's going to post the attendance anytime from now, and I don't want to, yes. Okay, 2 minutes break starts now. After that, we disable it. Guys, fill your attendance right away. Don't be smart and forward to your friends. I have the screenshots. Only 26 of them are here. If you like, fill and leave. No worries. You are cheating yourselves, guys. If you can just do yourself a good, just stay put till the end of the class. You paid for it. It is your time. Please just stay put and make this class engaging. I believe I have a very smart students who have been honest. Okay. Thank you, guys. Fill your attendance. All right. So that is it. I will continue. Some of them filled and left. It's fine. We can't help it. That is such is life. You cannot force everybody to stay. It's fine. Okay, so please, if you are listening, I believe you must have filled attendance by now. Okay, so I will continue. So we know for sure that once you create a tuple, you cannot change its values, right? Yes or no? Yes, that's what we said, that once you create a tuple, you can't change these values. But there is always a way out, actually. So what is the way out? I also treated that in the string also, making immutable strings mutable. Okay, so how do you make immutable tuples mutable? Okay, so what we do now, let's try something here. I'm going to use the same fruit example. Okay, so I'm going to copy paste my fruit. So I think it's still here. So assign it to fruit. So let me call it now fruit 2 so that we know what we are talking about. Okay, okay, fruit 2. So I will say fruit fruit 2 will be equal to something I don't know. Okay, so it will be equal to the same thing. Okay, now guys, now with this, please listen. With this, listen. Let's try to insert something and then see actually. Okay, so what I will do, I will say at this location, at fruit 2, at location, remember now, index location, let's start from 0. Okay, I want to reassign a value. Okay, called, I don't want apples, maybe I want berries. I want to insert berries here. Okay, guys, berries, it will be IES. Fine. So if I'm going to do this now, all right, sorry, okay, that means I want to, in position of apple, I want berries to be there. Yes or no? So let's print this now. Print PRINTS. Print what? Fruits. What am I doing? Print fruits. FRUITS. Fine. Fruits 2. Done. Now, okay, let's run this and see what happens, guys. Okay, now you see here, tuple object does not support an assignment, item assignment. So that's why I kept telling item or element. Okay, so for now, let's fix it with item. Item is what? The first item only, whatever is in this. So this one I want to add berries. So what is the way out actually? What is the way out? The way out is first convert solution. How do we change this? Solution, okay, convert to a list. Okay, one, convert to a list, convert to a list. Okay, so then after you convert to a list, this is smart. Two, assign, add the element. Okay, add the item, the new item, right? Once this is done, okay, then let me put it this way. We converted to a list, we added the new item. Okay, next, what we do, we reconvert back to tuple. Finally, convert back to tuple. Okay, finally, the third one, convert back to tuple. Oh my God. Back to tuple. Tuple. Got it now? Fine. All right, so let's try this trick, okay? So for now, it's a tuple. We got it? So how do we convert this to a list? So let's say we have another variable which we call now what? Fruits, okay? So this is, let me rename this now as fruits containing the original tuple. Fine. Then fruit one will contain the lists. So what we're going to do, very simple, we just say, before we add these berries, okay? So I will push this guy down and then I come back here, okay? So this is going to be, you use that keyword, the method called list, L-I-S-T. And you see, immediately you type list, you see it is a method, right? So see there, the color, okay? So open. Now, which one do I want to convert into a list? Fruit. Sir, I could not feed the attendance. Yes, Ritin. Ritin, don't worry. I will give you. I know you're a good boy. Don't worry, Ritin. Please connect with me offline, okay? Thank you, Ritin. So let's continue. I don't want him to enable it, please. We will fill yours manually. Okay, please pay attention now. So we want to convert fruit tuple into another, fruit tuple will be converted now and stored in what? Fruit one. Yes or no? So this converts it now, okay? Then the last option now says, what is it now? Assign that element, right? Add the convert to a list first option, first step done. Add the new element, right? So what I will now do, I'll say fruit one now. We hold what? This value. Yes or no? Now, but fruit one at which location? Please listen. We can do this. Let's try this and see where this is going to insert. Please listen. So don't worry, Ritin, don't worry. So please listen. Remember, my intention was to replace apple with berries. But let's say I did this. Please listen. Let's say I did this. Okay. You now tell me where it's going to insert this. Okay. Where the item will be inserted. Now, once this is done, the third step says convert this back into what? Tuple, right? So I will now go back here and I say what I wanted was fruit because that's what I want to print. Fruit. So this fruit is what I wanted to print, and then I'm going to call tuple now on it. So, and then of what now? Fruit one. Yes or no? Fine. So fruit1. Okay. Done. Okay. Fine. This is done. Yes. Fine. Oh, sorry. And then let's print this. Okay, Pavitra, don't worry now. Please pay attention. Please pay attention. Let's print this now. Okay. So I'm gonna do one thing now. I will yes. Remember, for most of you that are just joining in between, please pay attention now. Okay. So let's do this now quickly together. All right. So what we did, we wanted to add what? Berries in place of apples, and we saw it wasn't possible. Okay. So since it wasn't possible, now see, there are many of them are joining. Since it wasn't possible, okay, then we tried now doing two things. First thing, converting it into a list, adding the new item, and then finally converting it back to tuple. Converted into a list, added the new item, converted it back to tuple. Now let's print fruits and see what happens now. Okay. Now you see here, this printed berries. Now, guys, please listen. This was not what we wanted. What we ended up doing was we actually, please listen, please don't message me about attendance. Stay focused. I know who is being honest. Now the count is increasing. Don't just join as an ordinary online class, please. For those that are just watching, please keep listening. So what this now did, it now replaced all the entire elements in the fruit, okay, with only berries. And it split these berries as what? Item. Okay, each individual item. Broke it up as character sets. But this was not what we wanted to do. So you go back and fix this. We wanted the first location, right, to be what? Berries. Now we repeat this again, and this is what happened now. You got the point. Berries, mangoes, and almonds. Hope this makes sense now. Fine. So these are kind of things you can do, okay? So, and with this now, we have been able to manipulate that and add an element to that and things like that, okay? Fine. One of the things we can actually do, we can actually add a tuple to a tuple. Please listen. Can we, question, can we add a tuple to a tuple? Can we add, think, a tuple? If yes, how? Can we add a tuple to a tuple? Quickly. Can we add a tuple to a tuple? I want to hear see your responses. Can we add a tuple that is nested tuple to a tuple? Yes or no? To a tuple, yes or no? Please, I want some people to respond. Leave all this, your whatever now, and go here and tell me, can we add a tuple to a tuple, yes or no? If yes, let's add it quickly. So I'm going to repeat the same my tuple which contains this. So let's say I want to add some values to that, okay? So this is what we have, right? Then another one, I want to say cost. This cost is going to be tuple only, okay? So cost will be like 60 whatever for 56 rupees, 78 maybe like almonds will be expensive, right? Maybe 100 rupees or something like that per 100 gram. Yes, thank you, Anil. So if this holds true, fine. So what can we do now? We need to add both of them, right? So, and we want to print it. Now what we can do, we can say added equal what? Fruit plus cost, F-R-U-I-T plus cost. Okay, now, and we can actually print this. We can actually print it. Print added. Fine. A-D-D-E-D, no problem. Fine. Now, when we run this now, okay, so we get this, no doubt. But why are we adding extra variable, right? So can we use the shortcut now? Okay. So we can actually, instead of using this now, please listen, okay, I still want to print fruits with both of them added. F-R-U-I-T, yes. Sorry, fruits with both of them added, okay? So in case if you've forgotten, when I print this, it's going to print only the first one, yes? Whatever, okay? So, oh, sorry, this is still running. I'm going to remove this guy. Okay, this is, please pay attention to the question, okay? So F5, this is what I wanted, okay? Please let your eyes be here only. Fine. Now, but I want the values also to come, but I don't want a third variable, okay? So what I will do, I will say fruit, F-R-U-I-T, okay? Oh my goodness, F-R-U-I-T plus equal what? Tell again, plus equal cost. So this is the same thing as fruits. This is same thing as here. Instead of saying added, please listen. Instead of saying added, this evaluates to, this is similar to, similar, same, or say same as fruits equal what? Fruit plus cost. Yes or no, guys? Fruit plus cost. Okay, so that is what is similar to. Fine. Fruit is equal to what? Fruit plus cost. And then I'm going to print it, no doubt. So let's print this now. Fine. So you see it added everything. Okay, so why did I tell you this added? Yes, I ended up creating another one. Okay, another variable. So we can combine tuples to form a new tuple. Yes, thank you, Anania. So this is fine. Okay, so I think now we can try removing. Okay, so let's remove quickly. And please listen, let's try removing. Now we have seen this added, right? So if I print now, let me close this, guys, so that we start have a new fresh, start on a fresh page. So if I print, sorry, yeah, if I print, yeah, I have printed it, right? If I printed fruits, I'm getting this. Now let me remove, please listen. Let me just try to remove any item from here. Remember, we cannot remove item from a tuple, right? Fine. So what do we do? Obviously, we can convert it to a list, remove, and then reconvert back to tuple. Yes or no? Same thing, what we just did here. We can convert to a list, do that, and then reconvert back to tuple, okay? Now, I will enable this and then do that. But for now, let's try to do some stuff, okay? So what we do, we now say fruit, F-R-U-I-T, dot what? Now, once I call this method remove, okay, so it says remove what actually? Please listen. Let me try to remove without specifying which item I want to remove. It will tell me obviously it has no attribute called remove. Okay, you see here. So even if I say okay, because I did not specify exactly, let me say fruit dot remove. Let me say fruit dot remove. It's not there actually. It's not there. So the same thing, it will not work at all. So that means that definitely it's immutable. I cannot do that. So what will I do now? I will convert this back into that, and then I will remove it. So instead of doing the same thing now, what I will do, this is what we have. Okay, so I'm gonna comment this guy out here, go back to the previous one which we have seen, right? And then we do that. Okay, so the previous one was what? This guy, this one, where we actually where this one, where we actually converted it into this, right? We converted into a list. So we have converted into a list now. Fine. Now on fruit one, please listen. Fruit one will be now what? Fruit one is what I have as the list, right? So I will now say fruit one dot remove. I want to remove which one? Please listen. I want to remove. Let me just remove which item? Let me remove the first one. The first item called apples. Fine. Fine. Now, once this is removed, I now do what now? I will now convert this into a tuple and then I'll print that, okay? Quickly. So I think what I can do is I will print this before, okay? I will say print fruits, fruits. So we know what it contains before, okay? And then what it contains after, okay? Fine. So this is done, this is done. So yes, so fine. We can actually focus on this, guys, quickly. So let's run this and see. Okay, fruit is not defined. Oh yes, where is it? Fruits, yes, okay. Fruits contains this, sorry. I'm printing fruits, fine. Okay, now you see, guys, please look here. Before it contained almond, right? Before it contained almond, okay? Then after it, sorry, before it contained apple. Sorry, I saw the attendance, then I got confused now. I don't know why they have to post it again. Anyway, initially it contained apples, mangoes, almond. Then after it contains only mangoes and almonds. Got that? Yes. Sorry, Sachi. Actually, I did that. We can add tuple to a tuple. Please look here. Yes, sir, we can add. Oh, sorry, you replied. Just now I got that. Yes, thank you, Sachi. So far, thank you so much, guys, for being, being trustworthy. Okay, so fine. So this is what we've seen. So let's continue with the other examples. So next, I think we have done enough on tuples, right? But there is something which actually we need to answer. What is tuple unpacking? Okay, or what is list unpacking? So next question, what is tuple unpacking? Can anybody just try to answer while I try typing something here? So, what is unpacking? We unpack list, we unpack tuple. Because we did not treat it in other previous classes, that's why I want to print it here. But that's what I want to treat it actually. Tuple unpacking. What is it actually? So unpacking is, it is sealed, right? So I need to remove them from the seal. That is unpacking, right? Fine. So simply put, whenever we create a tuple, right, we assign values to them. That is called packing, right? Because if you don't assign values, it says it's undefined. Yes or no? So example, we have seen our fruits. So this is tuple packing. This is tuple packing. Created it, assigned the values to them. That is tuple packing. Now, what is unpacking now? We want to extract the values back into the variable. Yes or no? So what is unpacking in this case now? So we can create a new variable now. Let's say now look at this is the unpacking. Okay, unpacking. How do we do that? Now into variable, right? So let's say we call variable will be like hey, comma, hi, comma, name, whatever. Okay, containing those three items that we are packed. Containing the three items that we are packed. And then I'm unpacking what? Fruit. Did you understand, guys? So this fruit has been unpacked into this, such that when I want to do now, what I want to do, I can now print print. So I'll print what? Hey. Print what? Hi. And print what? Name. So this actually contains the values apples, mangoes, and almonds. Fine. All right. So this is what is it. Now you see here apples, mangoes, and almonds. I hope this makes sense. Fine. So I think many a times there's a program which we will design that will involve you to use asterisks. And this is actually lengthy because I want to address whatever we did not address in tuples, in lists and other data structures. So now that is why use asterisk, ASKERI. I don't know how you pronounce it, asterisk, I think is this star. Why use that? So you might think it's going to perform multiplication now, right? Okay, but that is not exactly what we're actually talking about. Okay, we are talking about what, when we don't know, please listen, if the number of variables is less than the number of values, look here, variable is equal to values, yes or no? Yes. Variables, three variables here equals values. See this, equal values, right? So when the number of variables are less than that, you can actually use asterisk. Example, if we say one, this one is high, the next one, say he, the next one is high with asterisk. That will take mangoes and almonds. Okay, so why don't we do it now in the same example, which we have seen? Okay, so same example, I'm going to copy this now with the unpacking, okay, and explain with the use of asterisk. So paste it here. Okay, so this is what using asterisk. Fine. Example. So in this case now, number of variables is less than the values. Yes or no? Fine. So what I will do, please listen. I will come here now, okay, I will say this will be what? Asterisk in front of it. Sorry, asterisk in front of it. Okay, now what I will do now, I will now print a name because it's no longer there. Yes, so I need to comment this guy out so that it shouldn't repeat the same thing. Now this is what we have. Okay, so to avoid confusion, close this and then print this guy. Fine. All right, now you see, please listen, what did you see now? It printed it as what? A list. Did you see this? Asterisk. Yeah, thank you. Asterisk. Thank you. Sorry. Yes, I said asterisk. Okay, thank you. Yeah, maybe it's the plural. Ask. Oh, sorry. Asterisk. Okay, I get it. Okay, fine. Take care. Not ask. Okay, fine. Yeah, take care. All right. So you got the concept. Okay. So this is what we wanted to do. I hope this is clear, guys. So why did we need this? Please listen. For those that are interested in joining only for attendance, so what we did, previously the number of variables equals number of values, so no need. But when you don't have, when you don't, you want to use this, whereby you want to return this as a list, okay, of all the whatever you say asterisk, put asterisk in front of, returns whatever is there as a list. But why do you want to do this when the value, it says, and the variables are less than the value, and that's it. Okay, so I think on this note we have literally covered everything. And you might say, okay, how do you loop through this list, right? We saw it also loop through tuple. We also saw it also looping through list, yes, previously. So printing every element in the list, printing or looping through list, slash looping through list. We saw it now, slash looping through tuple. Okay, so if you're going to do this now, looping through tuple, what do you do exactly? So let's paste this guy here. Sorry, this is what we have. Fine. So let's print every of the item in this, so you can say for I, okay, you mustn't use I actually, okay, you can say for item actually in what? Fruit. Okay, colon, print what? Item. Print item. I believe this is clear, right? So it says print all of them, and that's it. Okay, so when we run this now, we are going to get this. Okay, so you see here apples, mangoes, and stuff. Oh, sorry. You remember this was the previous one, right? Don't get confused, which stopped here. Okay, this is the last one, apples, mangoes, and almonds. Okay, so I think yes, we are actually done with this. Okay, so we should look into I know the time is no longer on our side. You look into some methods in this which you can actually Google. Okay, you have your count method, it has an index method and everything. I will introduce sets, okay, and then we wind up like I said. So I will introduce sets. Okay, introduction to sets. Intro to sets. Fine. Okay, so quickly, what is a set and how is it different from whatever we have seen? Okay, so simple maths, I actually like writing, but today I refuse to write, so tomorrow maybe I will write something. So a set, yes, you know, mathematically it's a kind of an orderly collection. It's a kind of orderly collection or collection of ordered item. Example, sets of students in what? In your department. They belong to a unique but they are a unique group of students, right? So in 7th A, all of them will have similar, what do you call it, courses they are doing, okay? But we can actually have people from various backgrounds, various religions, various beliefs, various castes. So we can now say sets are used to store multiple items in a single variable. Please listen. We said in math that sets is what? Unique collection of orderly defined or well-defined items, right? Well-defined items. But that looks like a contradiction in sets in what? Uh, in Python, because sets are mostly used to store what? Multiple items in a single variable. So sets used to store multiple items in a single variable. Okay, so I hope you get that. So used to store multiple. Okay, I will use many items now instead of typing down many items in a single variable. Fine, in a single variable. Okay, fine. So remember also, not only sets we've seen, also we saw tuple, also we use it to store items of many multiple items also in a single variable, right? But no problem. So how do you now, please listen, sets are unchangeable, no problem, like your what? Your tuple. But you have seen also how we can actually, how we manipulated that. So how do you create a set? This is the question here. And how is a set different from a dictionary? So first thing, how do I create this guy? How do I create a set? Oh my goodness. Create a set, guys. And how is it different from a dictionary? Now look here. If we create a set, we use what? Curly braces. But look, it doesn't have key value pair. Thank you, Anania. Set of numbers. Good. Exactly. Brilliant. But you will understand now when we get to dictionary where you have key, colon, value. Like first name, yeah, name, then row number, then user row number, date of birth. That is a dictionary. Name, Anania, row number 123, date of birth 2021. Like that. That is a dictionary. So let's not confuse sets with dictionary. Okay? Good. Smart. So let's create a set of what? Example, I want to create my, what do you call it? My fruit also as now a set. Fine. So instead of this now, I turned it into a set of what? This set of what? Fruits. So instead of saying fruit now, I can actually say fruits. This is done. Fine. So once this is done, I'm not going to repeat most of the things. I'll just explain, okay? And then you get that. So you've seen that we can actually print whatever. So you can, if you print now, okay, let's print this quickly. Okay. F5 done. So once I do this now, I'm going to get fine that this is that and that is this. So quickly comment this one out, focus on this guy, okay, and this is what we have. Fine. So if I print fruits, yes, I'm going to get the same. It's returned as a set now. Fruits, fruits. Fine. Now run this, done. Okay, so I'm going to get this, but we see now it is a set. Okay, so literally everything we can get the length of a set also. Fine, just call this length function on that. So length of what? Fruits, fruits. Fine. I hope I'm not fast. It says it's 3. Okay, so you can actually what do you say, have multiple whatever we have done in what? Tuples also. And normally we can also use the type of the type method also to check type of what? Fruits. It will not tell you it's a set. Fine. Class set. Okay, you can see it here. Fine. So I think on this note, again, you see your set constructor, please. We've seen that in tuple, right? So we want to convert this, whatever we've seen, see here, we've seen this, okay? So we want to convert this into a set, but please, there is a catch here, please listen. I control C this, please look here, control V this. So you cannot say set and this is going to give you an error. You have to change it as if you are talking about tuple. Please look here, it says set of this, create an empty word set object. Please look here, let's try this, press enter. Okay, let's print fruits, fruits. Okay, now it returns this. Okay, this works, but what I actually wanted you to do, I think this is fixing most of the errors in Python 2.7. It depends. If you're using that, if it didn't work, please listen. Instead of saying tuple, you have to say set and convert it into this. Look at what I wanted to say. Convert it into set like this. Okay, then say set. It looks like a tuple, okay, that was converted into what? A set. Okay, I hope you got my point. So this set also converted into a set works, and also this tuple converted into a set will also work. Okay, so this and that, fine. Now enter, and then I'll print what? Fruits. And that works. Okay, so you see, whether you use the set on the list on the whether you use the set method on the set only, or you use it on the tuple only, it will still convert it as a what? Set. You got the point. I hope you are taking note of the difference between the braces. Okay, so why did almond and apple change their places? Okay, yes, thank you so much. Sorry. All right. So you see, in the previous cases, see here, apples, mangoes, and almonds, mangoes, and what? Apples, right? So yes, why did they change that? This is brilliant, okay? So what happened in the previous cases? Yes, we are not able to what? Sort them. It's like we are not able to sort them, okay? So, but whenever we use this, okay, so it arranges them based on, see here, what this is apple, okay, convert it, yes, good, and mangoes and almonds. Okay, yeah, this I'm seeing actually for the first time. 1 minute. So initially it was apples, mangoes, and almonds. Yes, it printed it in that way. When we converted into a set, yes, okay. So this is unordered. Please listen. Please listen. In the first case is what? Unordered. Okay, look here. Almonds, mangoes, and apples. Okay. But in the second case, it was ordered. Okay, and no, it's the same actually. Apples was printed, okay, yeah, this is ordered. Okay, so this was ordered according to their index value. Why changing the place? Exactly. Okay, so this is one of the difference between your tuples and your sets. Please listen. So let me now look here. Okay, let me now explain something here. One of the things you should know, in tuples, in sets, duplicates are not allowed. So let's start from there. Okay, duplicates are not allowed. Okay, first thing. And we cannot actually change items after the set has been created. Please look here. But in this, in tuples, actually, the items were printed the way it was. But in sets, it was kind of arranged in orderly manner. Okay? So, okay, is it because, okay, yes, well, I will not say that. See, it just prints it in an orderly, I mean, it prints it according to their, what do I call it? According to their, what's it called? ASCII values. Okay. So if you see here, first thing, see AL, right? After that you have M. Then again I'm going to meet AP. So AL obviously comes, okay. Then after that the other A is AP, right? But in the previous case it was just what? Almonds, AL, then mangoes, and then apples. Okay. So yeah, I think anyway, we wind up for now because I have overshot the time. Tomorrow, what will happen is I will address most of these issues, comparing sets, tuples, lists, and dictionaries. Okay, and then we summarize by performing most of the operations on each of them. Okay, and then I think that should be able to solve most of the doubt. Okay, so fine. I think for now I'm going to tell you about the assignment. So the assignment will be something that will make you to think actually. So based on whatever we've seen, will you be able to try to design a simple program? So the program will look like this. Can I scribble something quickly? No, I will explain. So the program will look like this. You try to create a character, okay? Say a game playing character, okay? So can you create maybe a game playing character, okay? Such that that character will accept it first of all, accept users preference. Say example, okay, say example, are you maybe choose a character, then you choose, then it says okay, how many people are going to play the game? It says okay, this, then it says okay, fine, what game do you want to play? Let's say if you want to play a simple quiz game, it says okay, fine, you now choose. Now look here, we have gone through, we have seen loops, we have seen lists, we have seen sets, we have seen tuples, right? We have treated conditional statements and stuff. So can you create a game playing character? Maybe very simple one, based on whatever we've done so far. Whatever, okay? Based on what you've done so far. What you've learned so far, okay? So can you try this? Just try, and I will try to create something which I think might be of interest to you, and then we will discuss that. But this will be your assignment, okay? And it is mandatory actually that you have to do this. Please listen. Lastly, Many of you said you are unable to submit this through GitHub. I'm not telling you to submit to me. I'm saying you should create yours. Please look here. Create yours, for example. This has only 6 commits. Once you create yours, please look here. Click on something like this. Let's say you call this 50 days of Python and share this link to me. That's all I need. Okay? I'm not saying you should submit it. Please listen. Create it, create yours, submit, upload it on GitHub only. Please make sure all the assignments you are doing, okay, you submit it here, and then you only share this link. Now I will tell you when I will need the link. But so far, I want you to do this, okay? And if you find this difficult, guys, listen, the previous video was kind of lengthy on GitHub and stuff. So tomorrow I can only take maybe 10 minutes. Please, but till then, create your email ID. Create your email ID. Just create GitHub account and that's it. The remaining actually processes can be done in 5 or 10 minutes. That's all. Okay. So it's done. And yes, let's join and watch the cricket. Okay. Thank you so much, guys, for listening. And yeah, we will meet again tomorrow. Okay. And tomorrow being a holiday, I will try to have 2 sessions. One, I will record whatever I want to explain and then I will stream it. Okay. Another one will be a live session so that we make up for the time. Okay. And whatever we've lost today. All right. Thank you, guys. And yeah, functions we have to treat. And that's it for now. Bye. We meet again tomorrow. Bye for now.